Hey everybody, Bob Mangold here. Hey, Bob Mangold here. Wanted to share with you a little bit of analysis on doing a seller buy down on your interest rate, so that when a buyer or a seller comes to you, right, whether you're the buyer's agent or the seller's agent, doesn't matter. We want to take a look at what's the best thing for both the buyer and the seller, right? So what I did here is I've just got a little bit of math. We took a $510,000 listing in Phoenix, and then we said, well, what if we took and accepted a $15,000 discount, right? So instead of 510, you could see we would do it at 495,000, right? Would change the down payment to $49,500. The reduction in the down payment would be $1,500, and then we've got $171 in mortgage insurance we calculated in. The second scenario, we said, well, what if we did a permanent buy down? We took 3% from the seller, right, or $13,770 is what it would take us to buy the interest rate down to 5 3/8, right, or 5 5/8. So we said though that we were going to take $15,000, so we only used $13,770 to buy the rate down. So we still got an extra $1,230. You can see here, right? So we want to make sure we're spending all $15,000. And then we said, well, what if we do a temporary buy down? Because that's the big buzz in the market is what's the best thing, temporary, permanent, or just a price reduction? Well, in this scenario, we did a 2-1 buy down with a starting note rate at 6 3/8. First year would be 4 3/8. Second year would be 5 3/8. It cost us $10,348 in this example to do it, which left us $4,652 left over to pay for the buyer's closing costs, right? So what does that look like over time? Let's just take and do it this way. It's the easiest graph to understand. We use the same 15,000 you can see on top, right? The light green is the benefit of the temporary buy down. So the temporary buy down is best if you're only going to stay in the house or keep the loan for a year and a half, right? So if interest rates came down and you took and refinanced within the first year and a half, well, that would have been the better option. You can see in the pink or the light red color, that would have been the permanent, or I'm sorry, the price reduction. So if you are from year 1.5 to 5.5, it would have been better off to utilize the lower price, right? Take the lower price. But anything after 5.5 years, you can see huge benefit on the permanent buy down. So what does that look like number-wise? So let's take this out 30 years, right? I can move it back and forth to 10, but let's just look at that. Over a 30-year period, right, you would have, if they would have paid $517 for the house, this is what they would have paid. If they took the $15,000 price break, they'd pay $619,360 in payments and interest, right? If you did the permanent buy down, it would be $569,754, and if you did the temporary buy down, it was $636,714. So you can see far better off to take the permanent buy down if they're going to keep the loan at least 5.5 years, right? If they're going to do it between 1.5 and 5.5, then the lower price would have been better, and the temporary buy down again would be a gamble if interest rates would go down over the next year and a half. So none of these are right or wrong, right? The buyers and seller can work together on this, but it's critical for you as the real estate advisor to be able to bring this kind of information to your buyers and sellers so that you could show them the benefits of what's best for them, right? So not right or wrong in any one of these choices. It's just being able to take and give your clients that information. So if you're representing a buyer, you need to be working with a lender who can do these kind of analysis for you, right? So you just want to know that information up front so you guys can sit down with your buyers and bring them the best possible advice. Ultimately, totally their decision on what they think is best. So hope that helps, and we'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions, just punch them in underneath. If you're looking at this on Facebook or YouTube, put your questions in there, and we'll answer them, and we'll go from there. Thanks again for watching. Have an amazing day. Hope this helps.